Welcome everyone to another episode in the Disassembly series. Today I'm going to be taking apart the Spyderco Bodacious. Got this a couple days ago and I can sense a little bit of grittiness. So I'm going to go ahead and take it apart, re-lube it, and put it back together. I'm going to be using T6 Torx. Oh wait, is that T8? That's T8. And okay. I'll be using T8 for the body screws and T10 for the pivot screw. Okay, and I'm going to take apart these two body screws first, and then I proceed to the pivot. All right, I'm going to do this in time lapse so you don't have to watch the whole thing. Here we go. All right, so I got the presentation scale, which is the scale side I call, that doesn't have the pocket clip on there. So as you can see, this is a tip up right hand carry. So I left this side on. Yeah, so it's got a nested liners. Fits in like that. And it was a little tricky to get past this point of the stop pin. So really you gotta place it back in here and then pivot around to this side. And I will go at normal speed when I put this back together. So I'm not gonna do a full disassembly. It's more so that if you're maintaining it, this is really all you have to do. I do use rubbing alcohol to kind of clean up the components. I do start with the blade. Oh, that's a lot. Ooh, okay. And you can see there. The blade, there's some numbers on the back. Don't know what that means, but I'm assuming that's May 2024. I do have always position my screws, including the pivot screw, in order. So pivot screw, mid body screw, and the last body screw for this one right here. To wipe this clean. And do a little bit of touch up for the washer that is on the other liner first. So a quick wipe. Should suffice. And here's the other phosphorus bronze washer. Get rid of good brush against the rubbing alcohol. Okay. And I do use for my washer pivots 10 weight Nano Oil. But I'm sure there's a lot of good lubrication systems out there. So a couple drops on one side. Let's see. Throw that on there. Little blade. Drop a couple drops on this side with the blade. Load up the washer. Spin it a little bit just to kind of even out the lubrication. All right, let's start with the liner first. Let's see. There you go. The holes are lined up. Yes, they are. All right, so you do have to use a little muscle to get past this second portion of the stop pin. Well, that is the stop pin, but well, this entire thing's a stop pin, but As you can see, there's 2 layers. There's a smaller portion here, and then it thickens up right there. So make sure you get the liner across and drop in the scale. I usually release the lock to kind of ensure that it locks in place. That looks good. So let's go ahead and get the pivot screw on first. I typically don't tighten any of the screws until I've gotten all the screws in first. So I'm just gonna, there you go, that's good. Mid body screw, which is a T8. In there. And then the last body screw towards the well, I guess the lanyard hole. Let's get that in there. Centering is slightly favoring. It's pretty good, but I haven't really tightened it up yet, so. It came free dropping, so that hasn't really changed. But I'll go ahead and tighten up the body screws first. Another maybe quarter turn, get it tight. Free dropping and centering looks about how I got it. Appears that it might favor the presentation side just a tad. I might be overly picky about that, but looks pretty good. Action's good. I don't hear the grittiness anymore, so I'm a happy camper. Yeah, drop a comment if you have any questions. I've realized that watching me disassemble the whole thing at normal speed may be a little tedious, so that's why I use a time lapse. If you have any questions about getting any of the tools, bits, feel free to post it, and I can definitely share some links. I'll post some information in the description. But yeah. All right, well, hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know how I can improve the disassembly for you. Again, I didn't do both sides. I just did the side I needed so that I can re-lube the knife. But enjoy the rest of your day. I really appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you subscribe if you want to get notified for the next video. All right, stay frosty.